Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome to Let's Play Mega Man Maverick Hunter X for the PlayStation Portable. Maverick Hunter X is a remake of Mega Man X that was released on the Super Nintendo, and this is a really good remake. It not just takes the assets from the original game, but adds more story to the first game by adding in animated cutscenes as you're seeing here by the intro, and also some more backstory along with another playable character you can unlock when you beat the main game. So with that said, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X is a really good remake on the PSP. It's a shame that not many people have played this game just because of the fact that it's on the PSP. Not many people have a PlayStation Portable system, but honestly, I recommend giving this game a try because even though this game is on the PSP, it's still very easy to get nowadays. You can pick up a new copy of Maverick Hunter X for dirt cheap nowadays, whether it be physical for the actual PSP systems that can read the UMD discs, or you can go ahead and buy this game off the PlayStation Network and play it on your PlayStation Portable, your Vita, even your PlayStation TV, which is how I'm recording the game. So it's very easy to get into this game, and I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already, because this is a really good remake of Mega Man X. So now with that all said, let's go ahead and begin our adventures here in Mega Man Maverick Hunter X.
My name is Thomas Light. I am the researcher who designed and built Mega Man X.
Mega Man Maverick Hunter X.
I should mention that there are a couple different difficulties you can go ahead and play on. You can play on normal and hard. For this playthrough, I'm going to be going ahead and playing through the game on normal. So now with that said, let's go ahead and begin the game here as Mega Man X. XX. Robots with the ability to think and act for themselves have been created. They are dubbed Reploids. The age of humankind and robots working and living together had begun. As robot society spread and prospered, there was an increase in criminal incidents involving Reploids. To combat this new wave of crime, a special investigation and security organization consisting entirely of Reploids was founded. They are called Maverick Hunters. This is the story of the Maverick Hunter known as X.
I'm beginning the mission.
X, there's a high probability that the insurgency there was caused by Mavericks.
Mavericks? This must be Sigma's work.
So we're starting off right here in the intro stage, the highway. Now as you can see, not only do we have animated cutscenes, but we also have voice acting in the game. So this is a really good game for story, basically in comparison to the original. So if you wanted more story in your Mega Man X, then the PSP remake of the game has that answer for you right here. So you can go ahead and play this version if you want more character interaction and more story in your game. If you don't care about that, obviously you can still pick up the Super Nintendo version of Mega Man X very easily nowadays, since it's on both the Wii and Wii U Virtual Console, so it's very easy to find. But I still recommend giving the PSP version of Maverick Hunter X here a shot because it's still a really good game. It's actually one of my favorite games on the PSP, and it makes me wish that I had a PSP back in the days of its lifespan, because this game is really good and it just shows what the PSP was capable of doing. There was a lot of games remade on the PSP, surprisingly. There was this game, there was Mega Man Powered Up, the Mega Man 1 remake, There was the Dracula X Chronicles, which was a remake of Rondo of Blood. And then there was also a Ghouls and Ghosts remake on PSP as well. So there was a lot of remakes on the PSP, but a lot of people didn't pay attention to them just because of the fact that they were on the PSP. So it's a shame that this PSP system had so many good remakes, but a lot of people didn't really know about them or play them back in the day, just because of the fact that they were on a system that no one really had. A lot of people who had a PSP mainly focused on getting RPGs for the system, because that's what the PSP was known for when it was released. And the PSP and the PS Vita are very similar in this regard, because the Vita has a lot of good games, but at the same time, the Vita has a lot of RPGs on it. So that system has the exact same problems that the PSP has, not to mention that for the longest time the PSP had one major issue when it came to memory, since you had to keep on buying the proprietary memory cards from Sony, and the Vita unfortunately has the same problem, but it's even worse in my opinion. But we're at the end of the stage, and we got this warning meaning that there's a foe appearing.
Vile! I should have known you'd be involved in Sigma's rebellion.
Rebellion? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here to cause trouble for you. I hate you!
Hope you're ready, X!
So Vile here is very different from his Mega Man X version, the Super Nintendo version of this game. In the Super Nintendo version of Mega Man X, you can go ahead and fight Vile, and there's no way you can win the fight. But in the PSP remake here, Maverick Hunter X, you have to win this fight. If you die to Vile, you actually have to do this fight again. So this fight was changed for this version of the game. But it's very easy, just use some charge shots, attack his head, and you'll beat him in no time.
You underestimated me. I hate that about you. X, there's nothing you can do. I'll defeat you and Sigma. Then I'll change the world.
X, are you alright?
Zero. Why would someone as powerful as you align yourself with X? He's just a B-class hunter, nothing more.
Vile, you're nothing but a Maverick now. Zero, what happened to Vile? All I know is that he's our enemy now. X, I'm gonna stay on Sigma's trail a bit longer. You get back to Hunter Base and take it easy. Gotcha. Let's hook up again later. Zero. Thanks. You saved me again.
Large-scale Mavericks have been detected in various locations.
Oh no! They must work for Sigma!
It looks like the rebellion has begun.
We'd better put a stop to them before we go after Sigma.
So now with the intro stage out of the way, we have a choice of 9 different stages we can go ahead and play. We can go ahead and take on Chill Penguin, the abandoned missile base. We can take on Flame Mammoth in the prototype weapons plant. Boomer Kawanger in the fortress tower. Sting Chameleon in the recon base ruins. Spark Manchel in the electromagnetic power plant. Storm Eagle in the new type airport. Armored Armadillo in the energy mine ruins. And Launch Octopus in the subterranean base. So we got a wide variety of choices here we can go ahead and pick. And whatever boss you go ahead and pick will make your life either easier or harder depending on what route you want to go ahead and choose. For this playthrough, I'm going to be choosing the route that makes the game the easiest for me, whether it comes for 100% or just for fighting these bosses. So the first guy we're going to go ahead and fight is Flame Mammoth.
Flame Mammoth!
Now, if you were playing Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo, the first Maverick you always went for was Chill Penguin, because with Chill Penguin, you can get an upgrade that makes the game a lot faster. But they actually moved a lot of the upgrades here in Maverick Hunter X, so one upgrade you can find in the stage in the Super Nintendo version might have been moved here, so I'm playing this stage just because one of those upgrades have been moved, it's been placed in this stage. So I wanted to come here first, not just to fight this Maverick, but so I can get that upgrade. And speaking of which, the upgrade is right here. This wall was actually moved a bit, so in this version of the game, you can easily wall jump up it. And up here, we got ourselves a capsule.
My name is Thomas Light. This is a message for X. I entrust the future to you.
Light? I think I know this guy.
If you've come across this capsule, I fear you must be in the midst of a difficult battle. I have left 4 powers for you to inherit. I believe that you will use them in the cause of justice. Here you will find the foot parts. Equip the parts you find in this capsule and you will gain the ability to dash. Use this power to steer the future in the right direction. I trust in you, my dear X.
So this is why I wanted to go ahead and tackle Flame Mammoth stage first. The dash ability. This was in Chill Penguin stage in the original version of Mega Man X. But as you can see, they moved it here into Flame Mammoth stage. So I want to go ahead and take care of this stage first because of that. And also, as you notice here, we're going through a stage that has a lot of lava and fire in it. If you actually go through the stage after you beat Chill Penguin, all of this fire will be frozen over. So there's an incentive to take on certain Mavericks first, as some Mavericks will actually change up how certain stages will play out for you, since certain effects will be either turned on or off. It just depends on who you go after first, and who you take care of before going on to his respectful Maverick. So keep that in mind when you're playing through the game. Sometimes it's actually better to take on other bosses early on, just because of the stages. So this is really the only real stage we should be seeing this kind of a difference. I'll point out differences with other stages later on. But for now, we made it to the end of Flame Mammoth stage, so let's just go ahead and take them on.
I was wondering who would show up. I didn't expect a B-class hunter like you.
What are you doing, Flame Mammoth? Don't be stupid!
There's nothing I love more than stomping weak little blabbermouths like you into dust.
That settles it. You're definitely a Maverick.
Here we go!
So now to take on Flame Mammoth here. Flame Mammoth will be shooting out fire at you, and also he can shoot out ink from his trunk there. It's supposed to be oil, so basically how that's going to work is he'll shoot fire at you, and then he'll shoot his oil on the ground so he can combust that, making it a lot harder for you to fight him. But I lost a life there, which I was kind of expecting with that low health, and to be honest, I don't mind when I lose lives against the first Maverick like this because I'm super weak, and I normally don't take on Flame Mammoth as a weakness, so this is a new experience. Plus, because I'm playing on a new file here, I got a completely different button combination I'm used to. So normally I like to have the dash on one of the shoulder buttons, like L1 or R1 on the PS3 controller when I'm playing this on the PlayStation TV. But because I'm mapping it to the default options, it's on circle. And my shoot button is on square, so they're adjacent to each other, and this makes this really hard to control. I have to have my hands in a very awkward position, so in a sense I got a little bit of a handicap here, but also I can't really be complaining about this too much because, you know, I don't want to have any excuses here. My own performance is my own fault, and I'll take all the responsibility for that. But Flame Mammoth here is very easy. You want to just go ahead and avoid his shots, so with that said, just keep on dashing and jumping out of the way. You can go ahead and wall jump a little bit to get out of his way as well. And whenever he shoots his fire or his sludge here, you just want to go ahead and avoid that. I'll keep on calling it sludge because it looks like more sludge than oil. But that's what it is, really. So it's just very easy to confuse them for me, just because of how similar they look. But Flame Mammoth is almost dead. One more shot, and he should be dead. Or one more after that. Wow, he's taking a beating. Oh, there you go. He is done.
Mission accomplished.
After you beat a Maverick in a respectful stage, you'll get their weapons. So from Flame Mammoth, we get our first weapon of the game, the Fire Wave. Fire Wave is basically a flamethrower, so this is a really good weapon up close. Not very good for distance, but for up close enemies, this will be a really good way to attack them. But now with that said, we're back to the stage select here. We can go ahead and choose another Maverick. But with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and end the episode here. So with that said, next time on Let's Play Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, we'll go ahead and take on their Maverick stage and see what we can collect along the way. I'll see you guys next time.